Hello again, Meg. I still can't believe it. My boyfriend turned out to be your little brother.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
I was so excited to meet his beautiful and smart sister. I never expected to see a dull person like you, Meg. I couldn't believe he described you that way.
Did Richard really say that?
Yeah, so I really wanted to tell him that you were our handyman in the office. I didn't because I wanted to leave a good impression.
I'm just doing my job.
That's why everyone hates you, Meg. You're dull and no fun to be around. You're not even pretty, but our boss loves you for some reason. Or are you actually dating him?
Stop being ridiculous.
I'm just joking. Don't try to take advantage of me just because you're gonna be my sister-in-law. I'm so embarrassed to be a part of your family. What am I supposed to tell my colleagues?
I don't think you have to tell them anything.
They're gonna find out at my wedding. I want our ceremony to be huge, so I'm planning to invite many of my colleagues. Oh, I have an idea. Do you want to participate in our wedding as my colleague, not as my relative? They won't find out, will they?
I don't think my brother or my parents would approve.
That's the problem. I can deal with it if it was just you. Oh, and make sure to tell your family we're great friends, okay? I'll pretend like we're besties, too.
All right. My brother loves you and chose you to be his wife. I want him to be happy too.
I'm glad to hear that. I also won't tell him about how you're being treated in our office. I bet you don't want your family to know. Richard won't want to know what his sister is really like.
I never felt embarrassed about myself, Fiona.
You don't have to act cool. You're always late finishing other people's work. Everyone looks down on you.
You're the only one looking down on me.
I don't think so. All of my colleagues think of you that way.
Fiona, I've told you this many times. You should finish the work that was assigned to you. You're employed and being paid for it.
Huh? Do you think you're better than me? And stop talking about work. It's my day off. I am skilled at talking to people more than doing computer work. I'll move to development or sales soon, so there's nothing to worry about.
Okay, I guess computer work's not for you.
Yes. I didn't know you lived with your parents, Meg. I don't want to see you every time I visit my boyfriend's family. How about you stop depending on your parents and start living on your own?
I lived alone at one point, but I moved back in after my mom had a surgery last year.
Your mother's perfectly fine now. Why do you still live with her?
Well, I only have to pay for my living expenses if I live with my parents. I don't have to pay for rent. I'm trying to save money for my future.
Oh, that's understandable. I can't imagine you getting married. I guess you have to start preparing for when you get older. I honestly don't want you to get involved in my life. So please leave the house as soon as possible. Meg, can you finish up the documents I gave you by the end of today?
That's what your group leader assigned to you?
But I'm planning to go look at our new apartment with Richard after work. He told me he found the perfect room. He wants me to check it out as soon as possible. Come on, I'm your pretty sister-in-law.
You're not officially married yet.
But our marriage is already decided.
I have my own work to do. If you want to leave early, I guess you'll have to work really hard.
Huh? I'm not asking you to help me. I need you to do it for me. Are you stupid?
I can't do it for you either way.
Do you understand your position? I didn't want to tell you this directly, but you should know that I can fire you anytime, okay?
Why can you do that, Fiona?
Do you remember Nancy, my colleague from sales? I made her leave. Did you know that?
Huh?
She's no use, like you, but she went to sales, the most prestigious department in our company. She left after I bullied her a bit. She shouldn't have survived in sales anyway with her weak mentality.
I never knew that.
Do you want to face the same consequences as her?
Well, not really.
Then I guess you should obey my orders. I'll take good care of you while I'm in this department. By the way, did you get the wedding invitation from Richard?
Yeah, he gave it to me yesterday.
And as a gift of celebration, I hope you can prepare $300,000 for us.
Huh? $300,000?
I know you can do it.
That's impossible. How can I prepare such a huge amount of money?
I thought you were saving money. You don't even go on dates. I bet you have a lot saved in your account. It's your little brother's wedding. Can't you at least do something for us?
Let me think about it.
You have no choice. I'll still be working here after my marriage. I can control you at work as well as at home, and your parents love me. No one's on your side.
As long as I'm doing the right thing, I believe that someone would be on my side.
You're living in a fantasy. Even if you plan to sue me or something, there's so many ways to escape from trouble.
Really? I can show my brother our conversations.
Then I'll cry saying you set everything up. I could also pretend that you edited our conversations. See, I can do anything. People would definitely trust me over you.
I'm sorry. I was wrong.
I'm glad you understand. It's fate for ugly and stupid people like you to be taken advantage of by people like me. I'll send you the documents I was assigned later. Make sure you finish it by the end of the day. Hey, Meg, I still haven't received the money. When are you gonna give it to me?
I'm sorry, you told me you wanted cash. I haven't had the time to go to the bank.
You could go during lunch break. Use your brain.
I don't think so.
It's $300,000. I can't just bring that amount of money to the office. It's my wedding soon. I have to go to the salon and beauty clinics. It requires money to stay beautiful.
But I thought it was a gift of celebration for your wedding. Can't I just give it to you on the day of your wedding?
Richard would obviously refuse to accept.
So you're planning to keep it a secret from my brother and to use everything on your own?
I invited you, who's ugly and single, to my wedding. I deserve it. Hurry up and give me the money. There's no use for you having so much money.
Fiona, my brother's actually looking at this conversation.
Huh?
And he's really shocked. He thought he was going to marry a kind and beautiful wife, but turns out she was trying to rob his sister.
Wait a minute, you have to be kidding. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that.
I'm serious. Didn't my brother text you?
He just texted me. He told me he wanted to reconsider our marriage.
See? How unfortunate.
Wait! You have to do something, Meg. If not, I'll make you leave the company.
Sure, try me.
Huh? You're gonna regret this.
I want to know what you're capable of.
You're just a useless person with a dull personality. Make sure you talk to Richard about our marriage, or I'll make you suffer in office.
Okay, I'll look forward to it.
Meg, can I talk to you for a moment?
Yep, I just finished work. I haven't seen you at the office for the past few days. Your colleagues looked really busy covering up for you.
I see.
Well, you won't be much of a help even if you were here. I bet the people around you had a hard time working with you.
I'm really sorry for what I did.
Sorry? For what?
I made you do my work for me and forced you to work late. And I also bullied you.
Nah, I'm okay. That's part of my job anyways.
I didn't know you were from Human Resources, Meg.
Well, not many know about it. There was a rumor that a group of people were bullying a single person, forcing her to leave. So I came here to investigate. I can't be too open about it, can I?
I guess you were pretending all this time?
To be honest, I was just being myself. I was getting things done in my own way. But the employees who were pressured to quit their jobs often had a quiet personality. So I was hoping to become the next target. Luckily, you started making fun of me as soon as I came here.
I'm sorry. I think I went a bit overboard. Honestly, I really respected you, Meg.
Oh, you don't have to flatter me. I know what you're really like.
The company now knows about how I've been bullying people, and Richard's about to dump me because of how I've been treating you. I really messed up.
Oh, that's a shame. I feel sorry for you, but don't you deserve it, Fiona?
Yeah, but I really regret everything I did.
It's too late.
Don't say that. I'm trying my best to become a better person.
Fiona, you're not a student anymore. You're an adult.
I know that.
If you really do, I think you should have known how childish your actions were.
But it happens everywhere. I've heard of bullying happening at part-time jobs as well.
What point are you trying to make? Do you think you can do it if others do the same? It's definitely childish to think that.
I wanted her to feel bad. Nancy moved to the sales department I always wanted to work for. She even started wearing makeup.
What's wrong about that? It's her decision to wear makeup. She might have wanted to give a better impression to her clients, and most importantly, it's none of your business.
But Me and my colleagues thought she was acting like she's better than all of us.
So what? Does that justify your actions? You're really childish and selfish. I can't believe you're a grown-up adult. The company pays you salary because you work for them. There is nothing the company can offer you if you're just coming here to bully others.
It was my dream to work for this company. I worked so hard to enter a good university to achieve my dream. I don't want to get fired.
I bet Nancy felt the same, but she was pressured to quit just because you were selfish. I wonder how she felt when she turned in her resignation letter.
I'll apologize to Nancy.
You don't have to.
Huh?
That's what Nancy told me.
You talked with her?
At first, she refused to talk about it. When I told her that you admitted bullying her, she revealed she never wanted to quit while she cried. Isn't it unfair? She did nothing wrong, unlike you who bullied her.
I am really sorry.
And it's not just Nancy. My brother was heartbroken when he found out the truth. It took him 2 weeks to process his emotions after I disagreed about his marriage. And until he finally got the courage to see our conversation.
That's why he was acting weird? But why did you have to ruin our marriage? We really loved each other.
I never planned to interfere if you were just slacking off work. My brother looked happy and he trusted you. But as I found out the truth about you pressuring people to quit, and after you demanded me to pay $300,000, I couldn't help but tell my brother about it.
I'm so sorry, Meg. I really regret everything I did.
Really? Are you sure? Yet you were making excuses.
Why are you so mean? You don't understand how I feel. I made a mistake. Can't you just laugh it off?
How can I laugh it off? I don't even want to understand how you feel. Skilled at slacking off work and bullying people to the point they quit their job? I can't believe you're an adult. And you sound irritated about your own mistakes.
I'm not irritated. I was just trying to state my opinion. And I thought Nancy told you I didn't have to apologize.
Fiona, the victims never forgot what you did. They can never forgive you. If you have the energy to form opinions, reflect on your childish actions and learn from your mistakes. I hope you finally understand what it's like to be pressured through this conversation. After it was revealed that Fiona pressured Nancy to quit her job, she was fired from the company. Not only because she bullied her, but also because she slacked off work all the time. Her colleagues were also punished by pay cuts and being forced to move offices. Also, my brother broke off their engagement and their wedding was canceled. Fiona fell sick out of shock after she lost her job as well as her fiancé. I heard she moved in with her parents to recover, but no one has any sympathy for her. At first, I was just disappointed with my brother for choosing a rude worker from the same office. But I had to tell him the truth about her bullying people and demanding me to pay $300,000. It was hard to tell him all of this, but he thanked me with a smile on his face, saying that he was glad I told him before he got married. I bet Fiona learned an unforgettable lesson from this incident. But she also created unforgettable trauma in the victim's memories. I don't know how she'll live her life, but I hope she makes wiser choices next time. And we called back Nancy to our company, considering how she still hasn't gotten a new job. The company apologized for not being aware of her situation, and we promised her to organize a new system to prevent something like this from happening again. Companies are a big organization, and therefore it's hard to realize the smallest details. And we might not be able to do everything perfectly. But we hope to help as many employees as we can who are treated unfairly. As a member of Human Resources, I will try my best so that diligent employees get the reward they deserve. Hey, Tiffany, are you there? I was just wondering how things have been for you lately. Oh, Mom, what a surprise. I feel like you almost never just reach out like this, but I'm doing okay, thanks for asking. Things are pretty normal, I guess. What do you mean? I check in on you all the time, Tiffany. In fact, you're the one who never sends me any messages. I always have to send them first. Oh yeah? Well, I guess now that you say that, it's true. But anyways, do you know how many years it's been since I've moved from home? Because I think you should know that I'm a responsible adult and I don't need this. Well, if you don't want your mom checking in on you, then you should check in on her. I know that we live far away and I wouldn't ask you to come all the way here to visit, but I still would like to know how you're doing. Ugh, Mom, what am I going to do with you? Oh, come on, Tiffany. If you're such a big girl, you should be able to have a conversation with your mother. But anyways, about the children, Timmy and Leia, are they both doing well? Yeah, Mom, everyone is doing fine and healthy here. There's nothing to worry about. Why even ask something like that? Why? What do you mean, why? Because those two are also part of the family, aren't they? You think I wouldn't ask after my own grandchildren? After all, it's been a whole 6 months since I last saw you all. Has that much time really passed since we were last over there? I guess I must have forgotten. I know that you remember, Tiffany. How could you not remember the last time you were here? I mean, that was around the time when you announced that you were getting divorced. Are you telling me that you really don't remember that at all? I don't know what you want me to say, Mom. I've been really, really busy ever since the divorce, if you must know. Well, I assumed that you would be, but are you okay, Tiffany? Like, really okay? Are you sending the kids to school? No problems picking them up afterwards either? I am telling you that we are all fine and happy and healthy over here, okay? You are just being a worrywart. Everything is fine, okay? So just drop it. Well, I mean, you say all of that, but are you really telling me that you're able to handle working, taking care of the kids, and running the house? After all, I know that the kids are still quite young, and I just hope that you're not doing too much and overstretching yourself. And what if I am? What business is it of yours? Are you trying to tell me that I shouldn't have gotten divorced? I'm not saying that at all, sweetie. I just want to make sure that you're remembering to take care of yourself as well. You really are persistent, do you know that? I really hate that about you, Mom. Do you have any idea how tired I am after a day of work? And then I have to come home and put up with this interrogation from you. I'm sorry if you feel that I'm prying too much. I just wanted to check in on you all. I don't really think there's any need to take that kind of tone with me or use that kind of language. Are you kidding me, Mom? I'm not some little kid, and I only said that you were being persistent. Right, of course. Well, anyways, I just wanted to check in since you're divorced. But I'm glad to hear that everyone is doing so well, including yourself. It's only been 6 months since I was even there, Mom. Of course we're all doing fine. What would change in that short of a time span? Were you actually that worried about us? I mean, I was a bit worried, yes. It's just that it had been so long since I heard from you is all. I was just really missing you all and wanted to make sure that you were all doing well. Well, like I said, I'm not a child anymore. I've had children. I'm divorced. I'm very much an adult, okay? Of course I know that, sweetie, but you're still always going to be my daughter. And I just want you to know that you can always come to me with any problems if you have them. Okay, fine. If you really mean that, then you can increase the amount of money that you send me every month. Tiffany, you know that we've talked about this. I told you that that's the one thing I can't do. So you're just too cheap to want to help out your daughter where it counts? Is that what I'm understanding? I'm not cheap or any of that. It's just I can't help you financially. But if there's anything that I can do that doesn't involve money, I'm more than happy to help. So please, don't ever hesitate to come and ask me for help, all right? Yeah, totally. I'll be sure to ask you if there's ever anything that you can do for me. Anyways, I have to get up for work early tomorrow. You have a good night. Hey there, Tiffany. I just wanted to let you know that I sent this month's money to you. Would you mind checking to see if it made it? Oh, thank you so much, Mom. This money is really going to help. I appreciate it. Yes, of course. It really is my pleasure. Although I must say, you only ever seem to be this happy talking to me when it's about money. Otherwise, it's difficult enough to even get a response from you when I send anything. Oh, come on, Mom. Do we really have to start this? You know, if you keep complaining like this, you're only going to get more wrinkles. Aren't you so sweet for being so concerned about your mother like that? But I'm not messaging you to talk about that. What do you mean? Is there something else that you wanted to talk to me about besides the money that you send me every month?
Of course there's other things to talk about, Tiffany. Honestly, is this any way to talk to your mother?
Okay, I'm sorry. What is it? What do you want to talk to me about?
Well, I heard that you deleted your ex-husband George's number from Timmy's phone.
Oh, you want to talk to me about that? Yeah, I guess I did that. I probably did it right after the divorce was finalized, but what do you want to know about that?
Well, I actually reached out to Timmy to ask if he knew how to contact his dad since I didn't have his number. But then he told me that you erased his number from his phone. Why would you go and do something like that?
What do you mean, Mom? Why wouldn't I go and do something like that?
I don't understand what you mean by that, Tiffany.
Well, the thing is that the two of us are now divorced. And I have custody of the kids, so why would I let my kids keep his contact information?
It's not that I don't understand where it is that you're coming from, but at the end of the day, George is still the father of your children. Don't you think maybe you should have let your kids keep his numbers in their phones?
No way! That would be taking things way too far if you ask me. I mean, what if he started talking to them in secret?
Well, I don't think it would have to be a secret, but it only makes sense for a child to be talking with both parents.
Is this really all you wanted to talk to me about? Because if so, then I would really appreciate if you could leave my family business for me to decide. I mean, are you telling me that hearing about what I did actually made you so upset that you had to talk to me like this about it?
I mean, I wouldn't say that it made me upset or anything like that, but I just think that your children have a right to know their father, and if one of them says that they want to talk to him, then he should be able to.
Oh, just give me a break already, Mom. I know that you think that would work, but it just wouldn't. You know, this is why I really can't stand you sometimes. But let's get something clear. I hate George, and that's why I don't let him contact me or my kids anymore, okay?
Tiffany, you're not telling your kids all kinds of negative things about their father, are you?
And so what if I am? Are you going to tell me how that's wrong of me to do as well?
I mean, yes, kind of. He is the father of your kids, so if not for your own sake, then at least for the kids' sakes, just let their father be.
You really think that I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to taking care of my own kids, Mom?
I'm just saying that maybe you don't need to be insulting or bad-mouthing George when you're around the kids. Why try and spoil the image they have of their father? You two are already divorced, so I really don't see why it should be a goal of yours to try and turn your children against him.
I really don't see what the problem with that is at all. That makes total sense to me, honestly.
Tiffany, don't you think that this is a problem that should stay between you and George and not have to involve your kids? In fact, as far as I can remember, George has always tried his best to be a really good father for the children. So why not let them just develop their own relationship with him?
What are you trying to get at here, huh, Mom? I mean, what do you think that you're going to accomplish talking to me like this?
All I'm asking you to do is not to insult the father of your children to their faces when he really hasn't done anything. I mean, he pays for child support and everything, right? And he's making sure to see the kids once a month as well. I think that says a lot about him. So why try and tear him down for the kids?
Look, all I'm saying is that I don't want George talking to the kids when I don't know about it, okay?
I'm just saying that I really don't think one parent should be trying to set their children against the other. It's just not right. I'm not saying that I don't understand your feelings towards George, but I just think that you should consider more of the effect this might have on your children growing up. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Yeah, I understand just fine. Thank you very much.
I really don't think that you understand at all if that's all you have to say on the matter. I'm telling you that I really don't think it's good for the children. Maybe if this really upsets you this much, you could just try talking to Timmy about what's going on a little more.
What do you mean? Why in the world should I have to talk to him about what's going on?
Well, I mean,
You can probably imagine that the kids are missing their father and aren't sure about what's going to happen in the future. But I think if you sit him down and talk to him in a mature way, that you two might be able to come to more of an understanding. Oh yeah? Well, I wish I had the time to do something like that, but thank you so much for telling me this about Timmy. Anyways, I'm getting back to work now. We'll talk later.
Hey, Grandma, are you there? Are you awake right now?
Oh my, if it isn't Timmy! What in the world are you doing up this early in the morning? I mean, do you have any idea what time it is right now?
I know, but it's just, I accidentally burned myself and it really, really hurts, Grandma. I tried putting some cream on it, but it still really hurts. I don't know what I should do to make it stop.
You burnt yourself? What do you mean? Where are you right now? Were you touching something hot?
Well, I woke up early because I had to make some lunch for my little sister since she's going on a field trip today. But then I was boiling water and accidentally touched the hot pot.
Oh no! I'm so sorry that happened to you, Timmy, but why are you telling this to me? You should go and tell your mom about this.
I can't. I have to do this all by myself since my mom isn't at home. She hasn't been for a while.
Wait, what? What do you mean your mom hasn't been home in a while? Where has she been?
I can't tell you, Grandma. I'm sorry, but I just can't.
What do you mean? What can't you tell me? You can't tell me where it is that your mom's been going this whole time? What is going on over there?
It's just that my mom told me that I wasn't allowed to talk to you about this. She said that I wasn't allowed to tell you no matter what. I'm really, really sorry, Grandma.
Timmy, I want you to tell me what's happening. I know that your mom told you not to, but if she gets mad, then I will tell her that I made you do it. Nothing is going to happen to you if you tell me about what is going on.
Are you sure about this? You really think I won't get into trouble with my mom?
Trust me, I will tell your mom that it was all my fault. So please, just tell me what's happening. How long ago did your mom leave the house?
Well, I think she left the house around the same time that Daddy left the house. At first, she would only come back to do things for my sister.
You mean she would only come back home to take Leia to and from her preschool?
Yeah, stuff like that mostly. But then, after they got back home, Mom would go and I would be in charge of all the cooking and stuff like that.
I had no idea about any of this. So you've been taking care of yourself and your little sister all by yourself this whole time?
That's right. It's been really tough, but okay up until now. After all, I have to be a good older brother.
Oh, Timmy, you really are such a sweet little boy. Hold on just a second. I'm getting some messages and I'll get right back to you.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Is someone calling you right now?
Yes, actually, it's your dad. He's trying to reach me right now. I'm so sorry to ask this suddenly, but who do you prefer, your mom or your dad?
You want to know which parent I like best? Why would you want to know something like that?
Well, I was just thinking about our conversation about how your mom erased his number from your phone. But ever since then, it sounds like your mom hasn't even been home.
Yeah, that is true.
So tell me, Timmy, why didn't you try to get in contact with your dad so that you could ask him for help?
Well, I thought that he might want to come and help us. Even Leah has been saying she wants to be with Dad.
I see. So then it sounds like you might want to be with your dad a little more than your mom, is that right?
I guess so. I don't think I'm supposed to be saying this, but it's really true.
I see. Well, okay. I think I know what I need to do.
What do you mean, Grandma? What are you gonna do?
Don't worry. You and your sister are going to be just fine. Just wait a little longer and I'll come get you both soon. And when I get there, I'll take a look at those burns and make you both some lunch.
Okay, Grandma. I'll just wait here for you then. Thank you for coming to help us.
Tiffany, where are you right now? Mom, do you have any idea at all what time it is right now? Why have you been pestering me so much lately? That's not what I'm here to talk to you about. I asked you where you are right now. What is your deal? I'm at home like I always am at this time of night. Did you really even need to ask me?
Don't you lie to me. I know that isn't true, Tiffany.
What are you talking about? You really think that I'm lying to you about being home at 10 at night?
Of course I do. After all, you're still not back home yet.
I'm sorry, Mom, but I really have no idea what any of this is about at all. Just what makes you say that when you're not even with me to know that?
Well, it's just I would think that if you were really at home, then you wouldn't be acting as calmly as you are right now. After all, haven't you noticed that neither of your children are at home? I just thought you'd be a bit more worried about that. I don't know, I would think that a good mother would be frantically searching for her children.
What are you talking about? My children aren't at home? What makes you say something like that?
I guess you really don't have any idea what I'm talking about at all, do you?
I don't know what's going on here, but I want to know what you mean when you say that my children aren't at home right now.
Oh, don't you worry. The children are safe and sound with me. We're all at George's house right now.
But, what is happening? Why are you all with George right now? This doesn't make any sense.
Well, we're all here because he's going to look after the kids, especially since you weren't doing any of that. I'm just here to drop them off and make sure that everyone is feeling okay.
Hold on a second. Did you talk to Timmy? What did he tell you?
Why do you ask that? Was there something that he wasn't supposed to tell me? Honestly, what kind of mother just leaves her children all alone like you did? What's the matter with you?
I knew it. I knew that little brat wouldn't be able to keep his trap shut, even after I told him that he better not say a word of this to you.
I would be less concerned with what your son told me and more concerned about what's going to happen to you. I mean, did you really leave your children all alone just so that you could go and see some new man? You really ought to be ashamed of yourself.
What are you even talking about? How dare you say that about me when you don't have any proof of what you're talking about at all?
Oh, you want proof? That's the one thing I have plenty of. In fact, don't you think it's strange that I'm with George when I don't have his number either?
Yeah, actually, what is up with that? I didn't even give him our new address when we moved.
Well, the thing is that George caught on to how you were isolating him from his kids quite quickly. And when you wouldn't respond to any of his messages, he started to get worried and did some investigating.
Wait, what? Are you telling me that my ex-husband has been stalking me since we got divorced?
I wouldn't call it stalking, but yes, for the past 6 months, he's been keeping an eye on you and the children.
Why? Is he going to try and take custody of the children from me? Is that what all of this is about? I haven't done anything wrong at all.
You really have some nerve saying that when you've been caught red-handed like this. I'm just sick of dealing with you, Tiffany. But thankfully, I won't have to anymore. George says that he is going to do what it takes to protect the children. So I suppose you'll be hearing from his lawyers soon. But after all this, I never want anything to do with you ever again.
Wait, Mom, I still don't understand what's happening. Am I going to lose the kids? Please, I didn't mean for things to happen like this. Hello? Mom, are you still there?
After that, George hired a lawyer and had them start to relitigate the custody of their children. George handed over all the evidence that he had gathered of Tiffany's parental neglect. Although the court raised its eyebrow at George's dubious information gathering, the evidence made it clear that Tiffany was not suited to raise her children and custody was given to George. Now, Tiffany is the one having to pay George child support while he takes care of the children. I go over to visit them often, and they seem much happier with their father. As for Tiffany, I kept my word and haven't spoken to her since that day. I hope one day that there's no more need to avoid her, but for now I'm concentrated on making sure my grandchildren grow up safe and happy. Of course, I didn't want things to end this way between my daughter and I, but Tiffany refused to even think that she could be in the wrong, and until that changes, I'm afraid that her situation never will. All I can do is hope.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.